Hello and welcome to the Inglorious Bards. We are here with Adventure 3. We're excited to be back. We've been off for a couple weeks, and our poor heroes have been stuck in the bottom of a dungeon waiting to take action and see what happens. Thank you so much for joining us. We are coming to you live every Tuesday, mostly every Tuesday at 6:30 Pacific time. We're also on our YouTube channel if you want to catch the video there, and on every podcast platform that's out there. And come check us out on our Discord channel. Go to ingloriousbards.com, join the conversation, tell us your thoughts about the adventures. We'd love to hear from you. Without further ado, let's see what happened last time with a recap from Seth.
Hello! Half of the party starts the episode in a fight. Vessel, Aragus, and Fiona put up a valiant effort against some thugs and their boss Moron, but these foes are a bit too tough. Kevin, Cole, and Valamir saunter in and clean up the mess. After fiddling around with a caged kobold and killing a child, the gang descend further into the basement of the bar, into the sewers of the city, looking for Haloray. Wading through the muck and the mire of the city, the gang come across a crazy old coot and eventually a kobold nest. Another tough fight ensues. It ends with half of the gang looming and guarding over Fiona's unconscious body. That sucked. And then they find Halloran bound in the corner. And that, my friends and foes, is where the adventure begins.
Our heroes are beneath the city of Almithra. They have spent their last few hours walking amongst sewage, crusty bits, and fighting for their lives. They've been trying to track down some scrolls and a scroll case of value to the academy here within the city. They have fought their way through and have destroyed a kobold gathering and are standing around Fiona and around Haloray, a.k.a. Halben, the gentleman they have been trying to find for some time. He is tied up, hands behind his back, wedged in the corner. Looks like he's been beaten, maybe blasted with a little bit of magic here or there. You notice he has, and you know it's him, for he has a long scar running down his arm. For sure, it was mentioned before. You have a badly beaten Fiona, as mentioned, and we never looked up in our rules what the freak happens when you're down, because we're all out of healing, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Death save. So let's start the session with looking up rules. That sounds fantastic. Someone roleplay something. Do something funny. Go.
Venture filled. We killed a child.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back over
When
that.
did that happen?
We need to
Yeah,
talk about
That
that.
kid, Mickles?
Mickles? Malone? You mean Marone?
No.
No, Marone was not the kid.
Remember when the kobold ran into the room and there was a bunch of hustling and bustling? And
Yeah,
then this
before-
kid comes out?
Before we went down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Hang on a second. I don't just randomly kill things. If I do, I gotta get credit for it. So I gotta hang on a second. Let me go through. So we're going in to the running duck, right? So we're there, and we go in and we're down the stairs because the normal fight room. We walk into that when the kobold's in the cage, bounces out.
Yeah.
Took care of that. That was an issue, but there was like. I don't remember anybody else.
Yeah. The kobold ran in down the stairs further into the, the dungeon,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
there was a bunch of shit went haywire, and this kid comes running out, and we talked to him, and then you murdered him.
I seem to be having deja vu. Didn't we just go over this? Wait a minute.
And then somebody killed the kobold.
You know what? I'm gonna block that for a little bit. And I'll get back to you.
So we have Cole role-playing a scene with an unconscious Fiona, which is creating weird dissonance for me right now.
It's a fever dream.
I don't understand what's happening. Fiona, after 1d4 hours, you will regain 1 hit point and be back in action.
1d4 hours?
Yeah.
Rolled at the 4th hour.
You were,
Two.
You were conscious 3 hours ago, by the way.
2.
2.
It's been laying there quietly.
2 hours. It's an hour for a short rest, right?
No, short rest is like 10 minutes.
or
And
something.
so what's an hour in relation to a long rest?
1/8 of a long rest.
Yeah.
So it's 8 hours? 8 hours
Yeah.
for a long rest? Okay.
So yeah, that seems to be a valid option. You do a short rest, spend some hit dice.
10 minutes versus 8 hours. That seems a little better.
That's a little better.
Thank poor Ace for coming to save me. Oh my God. Get me out, says the gentleman bound not far away from the dead kobolds. There are kobold beds, little scrap little things, and cloth and hay, some nasty smelling food they've scavenged, and then this poor soul.
And this person is a human,
Yes.
Yes.
and we were looking for.
It's the guy with the burned arm.
Oh, my
the scarred
goodness.
arm.
Yeah, we were looking for Haloray.
It's been a minute.
He recapped everything, kinda.
So
I
do
recapped
it again.
last episode.
Give us the hello. Do it
That's
again.
what I was asked
Hello!
to do. Was last episode.
All right, we're going to pause the show and let Chris listen to it from the beginning. We'll be
Or
right
just
back.
read his notes.
Carry on.
You're Haloray, right?
He says, no, my name's Halben.
Huh?
These hurt. Get me out.
How did you get down here?
I was just wandering around the sewer and they jumped me.
You were wandering around the sewer.
I was looking for a shortcut.
In a sewer.
You know what a shortcut is? Look, I don't want to be rude, but let me out.
I think you're starting to work with these kobolds. I think you were trying to build an army out of these kobolds, and they knew better than you.
Who have you been talking to?
Interesting that you ask that. Who have I been talking to, Caven? I don't remember.
Jealous?
Jalis!
You work for Jalas?
Is that his name? Is that how you pronounce it? I only read it on a note.
We call him Jealous where we're from.
He's from Delas.
Well, I don't want any more trouble with your boss then. Just let me out and I'll be on my way. I've learned my lesson.
Where are the scrolls?
What?
The scrolls.
He's got him over there, and he nods towards the kobold spellcaster who you were chasing around for quite some time before murdering.
Who goes to the scrolls?
Ergus will go. Valamir, this seems is like right up our alley, especially you.
Indeed. And yeah, Valamir will go grab the scroll case and open it.
All right. You see there's an engraved scroll case that is one of your goals, and inside are 4 scrolls. A quick look at them show that 2 of them were magical and are now blank as they were consumed and cast from. 2 of them are not blank and they are also magical. They are 2 wizard spells. One is the level 1 spell Ice Knife that does damage to a target and then erupts around within 5 feet around that target for some additional damage. And the other is a level 2 spell called Blur. These are within your domain for now. You won't be able to cast Blur for a couple more levels yet, but the Ice Knife is if you want. But if you were to transcribe them, they would then be consumed.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you find 24 silver on the couple of the kobolds combined, and the weird one with the scorpion on a stick had a. I still love that. I want a lot of those. He had a potion of healing on him. a bluish potion that has a little sparkly goodness in it, some flavor crystals, and it is will heal 2d4 plus 2 if someone uses it. And in our house rule, using potions is a bonus action.
All right. I'm looking through my pack here, you guys, and I got a hammer, and I got a crowbar, and I've got some dice, and I got some rations and some rope. I don't have a knife. So someone else can cut this guy free?
Has he been searched?
Do we want to cut him free?
I do this in name of Solin. I lift him up and start searching his person
All
for
right.
other items.
You search him. He has
The only thing I'm looking for is a scroll case, technically.
you throw aside a knife he had hidden in his boot, and that is all.
He does not have a scroll case. Unceremoniously on the ground.
I'm holding a scroll case, I think. I believe we have found what we were commissioned for. And I hold up the scroll case with...
Were we not to bring this man to the authorities?
Indeed, he is coming with us.
What? Why would your last want that? Look.
Vessel lifts him back up.
Ah!
You come with us.
Yeah. I think we take him with us.
Vessel
Indeed.
manacles him to one of these little short rings that are on his arms.
So you're
So he's
wearing
just
him.
I'm
like-
wearing him.
He is a talisman.
He's basically just put him on a leash,
Pretty
essentially.
much, yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
He is hanging from you and protesting. Let me go!
Vessel just stands and regards
What is your strength score, Vessel?
Blah, 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 blah. Strength score is 15.
Okay, you can carry him with quite some effort, but you can go half speed with him.
Okay. I'm not really carrying him. The leash idea works for me, where there's just a length between
Okay.
me and him.
All right.
Would you be carrying Fiona? What are we doing with this situation?
Fiona, I'm carrying, yes.
She's
I have no
not
healing.
she's not conscious yet, right?
2
In 1
hours.
hour, 53 minutes, and 2 combat turns, she'll be ready to go.
What if we give her the healing potion?
We could.
It would be instantaneous.
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yep. The
2d6.
2d4
4
plus
plus
2.
2.
Who's,
Yeah,
who's,
2d4
who's giving it
plus
to her?
Is it the one you just got, or do we
Yeah,
have another one?
Valamir, who has it, will
Do it.
bottoms up, my friend.
I think he's a little addicted to the man. A little bit for him, and then some for her. Gets in with his finger, lifts his finger up.
Roll it.
Yeah,
Roll it.
Roll it. Roll it.
she has to have the whole thing.
All right, 2d4, so that is 3, 4, total of 6.
Thank you.
6 to Fiona. That's pretty good.
And plus 1 healing potion.
You awaken, Fiona. What was your last moment? I don't remember. Being
Oh,
jumped by a
seeing
kobold somewhere?
a lightning bolt
Yeah.
Oh.
hit
One
me in the
hit.
middle of the chest and take me from full health to 0 health.
Okay. You wake up startled on the back of Vessel's back.
What? What?
I sense she's awake.
Hello, Vessel. What happened?
Fiona, so glad to see you're feeling better.
Yeah, thank you.
A little
feel-
trouble with
feel
magic.
a lot better.
We seem to have
Stupid
gotten the best of
magic.
these lizard folk, and now we make our way to the surface.
You-
Scrolls in hand.
You see as you're on Vessel's back, you look to your right, and there's a stranger with his hands behind his back and leashed to Vessel, and he looks at you because he's almost at eye level and just, hey, what's up?
Are you Halloran?
He said, yeah.
Why do people keep calling me that?
Okay. Is
Take
it?
this badge off.
So, and just to confirm, the scroll case that we found these in is, we believe, probably the description of the scroll case that we...
It matches the description you were given by the Academy. Yes.
And the 2 blank scrolls that have been discharged
Yes.
are the actual paper, the parchment, worth anything? Is it magical? Is it able to, all right, would I be able to, write a new spell on it or something with that type
Yes.
of... Okay, fantastic.
We gotta give those back.
They are property of the
This guy stole them, remember?
I'm merely asking a question to the powers that be of the nature of these items.
I thought we were looking
Worry
for
not.
2 scroll cases.
This is an A and
I guess
B
that wasn't the
conversation.
case.
See yourself out of it.
He's really just saying,
It's
"Oh,
just me and
I
Wikipedia."
hope these are good to go. I hope I can use these."
What are we looking for? 2 scroll cases? I thought 2, but if it's 1.
No, I was thinking back earlier, and Professor Galasiris was the one that told us to look for Mr. Halben here, which is the name that he gave us for you, Haloray, and also that he wanted us to see the scrolls in the scroll case. There wasn't any particular numbers; he just wanted the
Yeah.
scrolls. So,
Well, let's get out of here. It's gross.
Let us
All right.
continue.
You guys are making your way back the way you came and out of the sewer?
Well, there was another.
Yeah, well, there was another passage which we haven't been
Passage.
down. Yeah,
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I
yeah, let's light some candles.
I say we go that way.
Okay.
let us.
We are fatigued.
So down in the sewer, there was another passage, or the other passage that was up by that old guy, like making.
Yeah, the one by the old guy.
making
Yeah.
the gross
We-
meat.
I mean, that's still in the sewer.
We knew the one door that had the mine carts that came in.
Yeah.
Right. That's,
Yeah.
that's where the meat came from. you
the
talking
meat
about?
carts.
While this is not the most appealing place to set a camp, we
I
could-
smell nothing.
That is a bonus for you, my mighty friend. But
It tastes fine.
Oh God.
Is there fiber in it?
It's fiber.
Oh no!
So much of everyone else's fiber.
my God, we could rest for a time and recuperate, and then continue forward.
What's that old man doing? The candle man. Did
Probably what he was doing when we left him, making candles.
Do you want to go look?
let's go check.
To what end?
He's curious.
We have to go through there anyway, don't we? That's where the passage to where
Yes.
we went came from. We have to go through that central room
Yes.
to get back.
Either way,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You find yourselves there.
Much of Alamir's like, really? There's only one door. All right.
The one we came in, that's the only one?
You are back in a weird area of vats and a couple pipes, and there is a disheveled old guy with a beard here stirring some foul-smelling vat. He has crafted some candles. He's got a little tiny narrow cart, a little wheelbarrow type thing with some meat slabs in there that's collecting flies. And then your group comes in and he says, "Oh, it's you!
Yes, and it's you.
It's me!
And did you remember who you are yet?
I'm me!"
Good, good.
And he
me.
and he makes a grand gesture with his little stirring paddle and slaps some goo into Caven's face accidentally.
He was already kind of covered in
Would you like one of my candles?
what was it?
I
The
think I just had one of your candles.
creme brulee of sewage.
Yeah, he face planted. Yeah, earlier.
Uh-huh.
No. We want to rest here for the night.
Oh, I like guests.
Will you be making your candles all night?
Sure,
Do you ever rest?
sure.
Can you rest
You
now?
want to wait? You want to rest here?
now?
I thought we were going, says Haloray.
Evidently, we don't know what we're doing.
Business as usual.
I was out for a little bit, but
You guys aren't very good captors, are you?
First time.
Yeah. We're kind of a new group.
You seem like you had a lot of energy, and then just kind of stood around for about 2 or 3 weeks.
There's that other door. And actually, I know that we walked down a corridor that had like a bunch of doors earlier, right? That was kind of what we came through. So we're just looking for another way out. So you called yourself Haloray earlier. What's your name?
You're talking to the old guy?
Old guy.
He says, I'm Haloray!
Haloray! Where do you sleep?
Over here, come, take a look.
Okay.
And he grabs you by the hand, his hand slipping with weird fatty grease,
Yeah.
and it does not smell good at all, and pulls you over towards a mat that's worse than even the kobolds area you just left.
Great.
And that's my friend Juice. And there's a weird sack of some sort of rotten potato things that have growths coming out of it that has like a Wilson face painted on it.
Oh, that's cute.
Juice looks like a nice friend. Do you ever take Juice outside?
No,
Do you ever go outside?
not often.
Who does go outside? And when you go, how do you get out?
That way. And he points the way you guys came in. The door through the bugs.
So we have to go through all the kobolds with the candles to get out the normal way for you.
The bugs!
The bugs. Not the other little creatures, not the little dragons.
What about them?
Are the bugs different than the dragons?
Can we get going?
be bothering
Says
you anymore.
the real Haloray.
This appears comfortable.
All right.
Vessel settles in and
Haloray, how do you get out of here?
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Haloray. Told me his name was Haloray.
Old guy Haloray?
Senile
Just kind of
Haloray?
giving them both 50-50 eye contact.
Eyes splitting.
just shrugging. Yeah, no, to the old guy.
Okay.
I was like, I need you to take me outside.
I've got to make my candles, or he will be upset. Pointing to your captor.
We're going to
Captain.
take him with us. He wanted us to go outside. That's why he's going with us. So you can come with us this time. But you got to come back to make your candles after we're outside.
All right, here. And he grabs Juice and hands him to you.
Thank you.
Hold on to him.
Okay.
Juice, he'll be all right. And he pets the sack in your hands.
I'm going to strap Juice to my chest. It's like a little juice chest. And like belt it in like Fiona on top of Vessel.
Let's go.
Let's go.
And he brings his stirring paddle like a weapon and leads the way, has several candles out, and starts putting them on the ground. All these nasty little swarming insects in the darkness start making their horrific chittering noises coming down this corridor. And he places the candles and, oh no, and stomps on one and keeps going, and your group follows. He leads out into this weird, large, underground sewer area. This was sewers that were built in an earlier era of the city, and there are big pipes that go through. There's stairs, there's weird ladders, and there is up above is another big sewer pipe, and way up there, about 40, 50 feet, is a ladder that goes up into the tavern you guys came down in.
It appears we are leaving then.
What else did you want to do? You wanted to go find the monsters that supply the meat?
We had talked about the other passage, but it appears we are passing on that. The passage.
It seems from the,
Passing on the
the
passage.
people who know
I'll write
that
that
this
down.
is the only way in or out, so...
Very well.
Thank you, Haloray. Here's Juice. He was safe.
Oh, he takes them. Yeah. And gives you some more candles. And the real Haloray says, well, then I guess this is where we part ways.
so you are the real Haloray.
We're not working for Jalas. We work for Lumeria.
Just watching Jeremy, like 1 to 1.25 seconds of his brain. What is the word?
That looked painful.
A lot harder than it should have been, I'll tell you that.
All right, he says, I don't know what that is.
The Illumine Academy, I believe,
That's the,
is who we work for.
I
if
work
I am,
for a Luminaria.
if I am not mistaken.
That's like Fletch trying to get his way through. I'm Dr. Rosenfarb.
Dr. Cockpit. Him and Hybern's team.
Not quite as on it as that little fiery gnome once was. All right.
You work for the academy.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do they want?
The scrolls.
They want their
that you
scrolls
took.
back.
Then
And the
we're good.
person who took them. Mr. Halben.
You've been, how would you say, found out. Now come with us.
Is there...
No.
Nope.
You didn't even give me a chance to look at my notes.
You're talking to Seth and Chris.
They all say nope, and Vessel begins to ascend with the chained body coming up behind him.
He says, look, but hold on. I have a pouch full of silver and a vial of quite potent poison in my room that I'm happy to give you in exchange for my freedom.
Oh, in your room at the academy?
No.
No,
Got
the,
a secret place.
the room at the inn.
Well, it's in an inn that you don't need to know about
Room,
until we...
room number 9. Correct.
Ormia.
We know everything about room number 9.
And your letters to Ormia. And the conversation about the Kobold
That's
Army.
private correspondence I've not sent yet.
And
was
the
an
magic that you not
A-B
quite learned.
conversation.
And therefore, it was not mailed, so it is not postal fraud.
Also,
Haven's very by the letter. By the letter.
The man that knows his postal fraud right there.
We need to drop in some Perry Mason music right there.
so yeah, we have your silver. We found the poison. We already kept him. You're going with us.
But now you can have it.
No, we
Thank you.
Look, this is look, you guys know what's going on. Everyone's trying to make a living. Just let me go and everything's fair and square.
Here's an idea. We're all going to keep walking towards the academy. You keep trying to tell us how much we need to let you go until we get there.
You're a dick.
Oh. Stop working blue. What is this?
All right.
Expected.
Oh, I got to say for that one. just unnecessarily petty.
I don't want to go.
All right, you guys clamber up these pipes one at a time. Everyone having followed the path they did relatively easily. No one needs to make a roll except Caven. As you go across the creme brulee of sewage one last time. Make an acrobatics
This is a
roll.
PTSD check.
Acrobatics 12. Not that difficult.
Attacked by a black pudding.
acrobatics.
You know this time, buddy.
18.
Okay.
Yeah.
Learning his lesson, he is able to escape
Steps on the
nastiness.
thicker bits.
Keeps his mouth closed this
Yes.
time.
We breathe with our mouths open.
As you guys make your way up the pipes, up the ladder, and as you're at the ladder, Fiona, you have to climb off and do your
Yeah,
own climb
that's
without
right.
Vessel. And Vessel, there is...
How does Haloray climb the ladder?
Yeah, there's some struggle there, and you are not able to go as you are leashed to Haloray. And he says, no, not going. And he refuses, and he's pulling back, and he's total dead weight.
Vessel does the torque it around the arm a bit and pulling him forcibly along.
All right, do disadvantaged athletics versus my athletics.
All right.
Ooh, man.
I have failed.
My athletics.
He hasn't even rolled. What did you...
Both numbers are the same, and 8.
So what's your athletics?
In total, an 8.
Oh. Sorry, it's versus mine. I totally got it totally wrong. I did a DC. Mine was 7. So,
Wow.
no, stomach, oh God.
One rung at a time.
Yeah, it's slow going, but you're able to pull him up, and you are in the sub basement of the inn. You guys, or the tavern you guys came through. You climb up through there into the fighting pit area, and then up through there into the tavern itself, where everyone is pretty much cleared out of there for sure.
You can smell us coming.
Yeah, and it's the Rotten Duck is the name of the place. And the owner, Chims, the big, fat, disgusting guy, is nowhere to be found. You think you hear some clattering dishes back in the kitchen, and he is trying to hide from whatever carnage you guys are about to unleash.
He's smart. He's finally learning.
Right.
Choice.
You guys continue on out, I assume, and are walking out on the city streets, making your way through the glorious city of Almithra. It's got, again, huge towering buildings with 3-4 stories tall, old cobblestone streets, carriages, merchants hawking their gear, big crowds, and you are gathering quite a bit of attention, dragging a guy on some sort of rope behind this weird automated robot.
Shame. Shame.
Yeah.
Cole and Caven kind of flank Haloray.
Yeah.
Just to kind of
Like a little arm in arm with them.
keep him a little less conspicuous.
You blot out the only sunlight he will ever know.
And then I guess probably I would say Valamir and Aragus probably then kind of stand on the wings walking to sort of block the view. So
Oh.
it's,
All right.
I don't
You
know how
know.
much blocking I'll do. I'm
well,
3
still,
feet tall.
yeah.
Can you two make perception rolls, please?
Yeah, for sure. 18 total.
Oh,
14.
okay.
Floating up above everyone.
Aragus, as you're off in the wings, just trying to keep the crowd somewhat away, you cast a glance behind you and see behind some merchant stall an unusual figure that is poking its head up over the stall and keeping an eye. And it is a small sack with grubby roots sticking out with a face upon it.
Juice.
Juice is looking at us.
And there's a trembling hand holding on to it. And as you continue walking, you look back again, and behind a little corridor or a little alleyway, the juice appears again.
I think we have a follower, a fan, if you will, an admirer, perhaps.
Just tell him to go back down and make more
Hey,
candles.
fuck off over there!
As you say that loudly and are right in the face of a city guard. And he says, "Well now, let me finish
my
wiping
lines.
the fuck off my face."
Officer, hello, dear boy. Don't you see practicing my walking parade and practicing some lines for the upcoming performance?
Help! I'm being they're robbing me.
Caven's hand goes right over Halabray's mouth.
All right. What's this? And the guard draws his short sword, but does not point at anyone. Just has it at his side
Oh,
and holds out a hand defensively.
my dear man, no need for that. You can obviously you say I do have a crossbow, but you see the many instruments I carry. I'm no threat to a man of your stature. You see my associate here simply.
Yes, someone with a good charisma should have this conversation.
He's talking the whole time.
A truthful one.
Perhaps you've heard of the academy. We are on our way there at the moment, delivering,
A prisoner.
as you heard.
Prisoner for what? Who are you to take prisoners?
He has stolen some items, some very valuable items from the academy, and we're bringing him back.
Make a persuasion roll, Aragus. The last syllable said is the roll.
That's a 21.
Wow. He says, I'm coming
good.
with you then.
Oh, very well. Just
We need some extra guards. What's your name? Peepadie. I'm Fiona.
He ignores you.
Oh,
Pushes his way past.
That one
Says,
is rude.
says don't
He
talk to your,
is.
don't be rude to your game master, and walks right on past and leads the way. He takes you to the Lumine Academy is the name.
We
Jeremy.
do appreciate the
All
escort,
right.
good friend.
And he's walking and he believes your story, but he's not quite sure what to make of this. And even he stops and with a wooden baton smacks Haloray on his shoulder hard when he starts piping up. Let me go! Smack! Shut up!
good one, dear man.
And takes you guys over to the academy, and there you are greeted by a confused-looking half-orc. Uvor, the groundskeeper, is right there at the gate. The big academy, big walls around the courtyard. The academy sticks out. It's this glorious teaching facility, looking like it's some impressive video game that people weren't quite sure if they should like ethically play or not. And
Topical.
hello, Uvor.
he says, "Oh, what's all this?"
We're back. We have Halben.
I'll do the talking.
Okay.
These people say that they are under your employ, doing some sort of.
Or he's just
I'll do the talking.
He's the help.
Groundskeeper.
But we looked at our notes.
I'll do the talking. And he gets his baton ready for the next to interrupt.
Haloray
Just-
says,
Don't you dare narrate!
it's Tom with the baton.
And these people say they are in the employ of this academy. Yeah, that's about right.
If I may add now.
And they have apprehended this man with thieving from the academy. Yeah, that's about right, too. And he turns to the wizard of the group and says, what is the value of the goods that were stolen? Smacks you with the baton.
And I, like,
Firebolt.
the value is more intrinsic to a magical nature.
How much silver or gold?
20 gold.
Sounds reasonable, 20-ish.
Ah.
Silver, maybe. I'm really not certain of the value. That is
It's
not
20
my
gold,
department. My
plus the
department has
satchel.
been to verify the magical nature of the things, and I have done so.
I've heard 20 silver.
I heard 20 gold, but you know, what do
I
know?
don't think they played this down.
Plus the
Says,
satchel.
all right then. And he comes over to you and gently taps you on your little ring that has the leash attached. Release that and hand it over to me.
Vessel yanks the chain free and drops it.
All right.
unceremoniously.
The guard grabs the chain and says, that's 2 days in the tower for you. And says, good work, you all. And I assume you can handle this to Uvor. And he grabs Haloray and leads him off, who looks back at you guys with kind of a, all right, got away with something here. Look.
There's something weird
I
here.
don't think we should
No.
let him. He needs to be taken to the proper.
Constable.
Constellation.
constable.
Constable.
I have a name, you know.
You wouldn't tell me.
Well, you failed your role.
Why are you? We need to take our prisoner into the academy.
He loops the chain around his arm several times and comes over and says, let's make this perfectly clear. You do not have prisoners. You are citizens within the city. Citizens do not take prisoners. The city guard takes prisoners. I am taking this prisoner. And at the stolen value at 20 silver, the punishment is 2 days. It has so been decreed by Constable Samson.
But we need to take him.
I need to make a note.
Officer Fletch.
You can can have him after we talk to
No.
Professor Gallus.
You may visit this prisoner over the next 2 days at the water tower. Good day.
Can I follow you to the water tower so I know where it is when I need to visit this guy?
I would prefer
Thank
you
you.
didn't, but you are a free citizen. And he walks off.
I follow.
Okay.
Texas.
You follow.
Just like 6 feet behind.
All
I'm
right.
not with anybody.
About 50 feet behind you two.
Look out
are
for
followed.
juice.
And the parade continues on through. The rest of you are left behind at the academy.
Except for Caven,
Yeah, the brothers go.
who follows Cole about 60 feet behind.
So Haloray and the officer are walking. Cole is 50 feet behind them. Juice is 50 feet behind him. Haven is 50 feet behind Juice.
Yes.
Got it.
So like a
two
mile
behind
long
and one to the
trail.
left. Two behind, one to the left, everybody.
All right. You guys follow him to the through the city, through different streets. There's some gawkers that are watching the city guard bringing someone along with a chain, and he just tells them, "Mind your own business," and sometimes even says, "He's a thief," and takes him to one of many guard towers in the city. This one's next to a small little river that goes through the town, past a bridge. It's a narrow 4-story tall tower that's very secure and solid, iron bars and that kind of stuff. There's a couple other guards there waiting, and he takes them inside and closes the door behind him.
All right. So we really took him to
Yep.
a prison. All right.
There's only one door in and out.
Yes. There's a balcony thing up above.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. No, he's there. No, he's going to the tower. Be watching you. And does the eyes to the finger thing, the Robert De Niro,
To the tower.
to the tower.
All right.
Just right to the door.
Okay.
Anyone's looking back. I see you.
The group is gathered sometime later at the academy, I'm assuming.
Yeah, we're gonna seek out Gallus or Gallius or Galleon or Galilei.
Boy, these names are
We're doing great. So good.
rocking.
Galasiris. Associate Professor Galasiris.
Correct. You are all gathered there after a bit of a rest, some food, and
What
some
kind of
fresh water. What?
Kind of rest.
A short one.
Okay.
Some food, some water, some cleaning of the hands and Caven's face. All 6 of you are gathered at Associate Professor Galasieris's office. And he says, "Oh, what have you? That looks like something of value."
And Valamir. Yes, indeed. We have been through many travails on
one
our
scroll.
pursuit of these scrolls and the scroll case, as you have wished. And he hands them over.
All right. He takes the scroll case and says, "Oh, this is exquisite. I knew you could do it." And he opens up the scroll. And how many scrolls are in there?
None. They're all there. The
How
two.
many?
There's smudgy fingerprints
one
all
of
over them.
No, the 2 blank and the 2 spells. I return all of the scrolls.
All right.
Or
It's a roundabout way of saying 4.
Okay. He takes them and says, "Well, that is wonderful. I had every confidence, and as agreed upon." And he opens up his drawer and gets out a small wooden box and opens it up and closes the box and takes out 6 golden coins and hands one to each and every one of you there, and says, "And for you, dear wizard, thank you for your particular assistance with the scrolls, and this, please accept this as a gift," and gives you an additional gold coin.
Ooh.
I have certainly earned this. Thank you.
And
Not that any of you have not, but
Next time I hand him the thing.
and how did you come upon this? What happened to Halben?
he is
being detained for 2 days.
incarcerated.
We got stopped by a guard on our way. We were down in the sewers, is where we found him, and we got stopped by a guard from there to here, and The guard took him as he said prisoners. We were not allowed to house prisoners here or anywhere in the city. That was the guard's job.
No. Well, very good. I was not expecting that either.
He's going to be released in 2 days. You want us to get him and bring him back here then?
Or we have visitation rights. I don't know if you have contacts with the guard that you.
Or if there's a double jeopardy law that we have to follow and make sure that no one gets tried twice for their crimes.
Well, he didn't actually
Are
read.
Goliaths known for legalese?
Well, in fact,
I'm
it is a
impressive.
little
I'm
known
impressed.
fact that they're very tied to the law.
Racist vessel.
Well,
We got someone who's really caught up on federal postal law.
Now we need real estate and tax property law. That's our cousin, huh?
He seemed like he was up to no good.
You believe everybody is up to no good.
That's not true at all.
You liar. You're up to
I don't think bringing him here would be of use. We're not the law.
But you do not want to investigate why he has stolen such property from you?
I just want the property back and let him know he is banned from ever being a keynote speaker at any of our symposiums again.
No more TED Talks for you.
We'll be sure to issue that slap on the wrist. Real slap on the wrist.
A true punishment, to be sure.
His TED Talk was Rubes and you. How to
You
spot
too
a
can
rube.
have a kobold army.
He says, well, I again, we are certainly grateful. And as he says that, there are some footsteps racing and slapping hard against the stone of the hallway outside. The open door to his office. In comes a student, maybe 16 years old, a young man who comes in and knocks Aragus aside.
Timothy, out here.
Knocks Aragus aside.
I say, we'll have this.
And the student says, Galacierus, there's a problem. And Galacierus, the old associate wizard, says, what is it? The librarian, Colger, is yelling at students and refusing to let them into the old study room. So? Well, he's got a knife, and he just wielded it at groundskeeper Uvor. And Galacierus says, well, normally I would call our groundskeeper to address the situation. And slowly looks across the room.
Yes.
We will.
What would
go
they
take care of
normally
it.
do? A few pointers, perhaps.
Yeah.
You want us to go check this out?
Perhaps you are the only armed people here within the academy.
Keep that box close.
Colger is a librarian here. Is that correct?
Yes.
Very good.
An armed librarian.
Indeed, but a librarian of the academy nonetheless.
Like,
Let us
Cole and
remember
Caven
that.
have already started walking towards.
We've already rolled initiative.
Yeah.
Do not forget, gentlemen. This is a member of the academy.
He says to the closing behind them in the hallway.
I feel like my messaging is not getting through.
Cole does rush out, taking points.
Okay.
On the way down to the library and the knife wielding whatever.
You are running through the halls. You see there are a couple, maybe half a dozen other kids that are running with you to see what all the excitement is about. And they are running down a flight of stairs to a lower section of the academy. It's got multiple floors and multiple basement levels. And they go down these big old wide stairs, and you can hear some more commotion, and you hear someone just yelling, "Ah, no, ah!" And you continue following down. It was the two Goliaths. Is that correct?
Correct.
Well, I mean, I think the rest of us are in tow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm certainly following this.
Yeah.
In the lead are the two Goliaths then, and you two see there is a large foyer area with some tables, an area for students to gather, like a pseudo lounge that has branching off rooms to the sides. And one of the branched off rooms, there is quite a bit of commotion. There are 4 or 5 other students poking their head through the door, and you hear some arguing in there. Oh, I'll cut you myself. Stay back! And you guys rush over there, parting students out of the way. Inside, you see there is a small entrance, maybe like 30 by 20 foot room, a little small, and there's a big door behind it that has some sort of study room that is closed. There is a pudgy librarian in a old dilapidated robe with a thick, say, iron generic looking necklace thing with a big key hanging off of it. In his hand is a dagger, and he is looking quite distressed. There are a couple older students that are in the room that are trying to help in some way, though they're not doing anything other than yelling and talking to him. You see the half-orc groundskeeper Uvor is there, and he has a bleeding left wrist, and he is at the far end of the room. The librarian has his back up against the far door and is just whipping the knife through the air. Stay back! Stay back!
What's the meaning of this?
No one gets through! Swipes at the air again.
Cole rushes in to grab him.
Oh! Make an acrobatics roll as he grabs a weapon and throws it at you. It is a book about seeds.
Oh dear. I don't know if I dodge that. My acrobatics is pretty strong with a 7.
With a 7, you are hit for 1 point of blunt damage, and the next question asked about seed-related facts, you will fail. You are hit in the head by the book. It does not stop you, and you continue chasing right at him. He has this dagger in hand. You are going to do what as you run at him?
So I want to bull rush him to see if I can literally just grab him and hold him in place.
All right, let's do
Keep the knife out of
acrobatics
sight.
versus acrobatics. If you fail, you will have a chance to be attacked.
All right. Way better. 19.
Oh, that's -1. That's a 4. All right. You easily rush him, grab him, and have him totally wrapped up in your arms. No! Let go!
Drop the knife.
He does not. And he is stabbing you repeatedly, but his hand and arm are held so tight, it's just like a weird flicking thing that just lightly pricks you and does no damage. Over and over and over
Ow,
again.
quit it. Ow, quit it. Ow, quit it.
Caven walks over and grabs the hand that is holding the dagger.
All right.
Just gives a little pop.
Breaks every bone. Come on, Caven. Do it like we did as kids.
What seems to be the problem, good librarian?
You have disarmed him, Kevin. The librarian, disarmed, says, I don't know.
What has you so agitated?
He continues to struggle against Cole's bear hug and says the same answer again.
Argus would like to make a perception check on him,
Okay.
specifically the necklace he's wearing.
Okay.
Or was he holding a necklace?
Nope, it's a
or-
necklace around a chain.
Chain necklace.
Okay. You don't need to make a perception. You can just look right at it.
Vessel is tending to the students that are there, wrangling them back out and closing the door behind.
All right.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah, nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here. I am Vessel.
You become the door
I
behind
become
them. You see nothing unusual about the key other than it is big and overly thick for a key, and it seems like it would fit perfectly with the oversized lock on the door behind him. And he says, to answer your question, Valimir, I don't know.
That is an interesting answer, one I was not expecting. How can you not know what has you so agitated?
He headbutts Cole and almost goes unconscious through the efforts.
Boys, the key around his neck. Get that necklace off of him.
Caven.
Caven pulls the necklace.
You
up over
disarm
his
him
head.
again.
Yeah.
No.
Caven walks.
And the groundskeeper, sorry, the
Do it.
The groundkeeper's
Yes.
there. Does he have episodes like this often?
Uvor comes over the half orc and says, "No, I've never seen this before like this. This is not normal. I'll definitely be reporting him."
Yeah. There's something going on here.
He doesn't have
something
tenure.
is afoul.
Right.
Doesn't have tenure.
Doesn't have tenure? Well, we know where that's headed.
Caven uses his divine
Position
sense.
opening, I believe.
What was that?
Caven uses his divine sense to determine if the area or anything in it has been either blessed or cursed or saved.
What's describe that ability?
I can detect good and evil until the end of my next turn, and sense anything affected by the Hallow spell, or know the location of any celestial, fiend, undead within 60 feet.
I see it. And a fiend or undead. The type. All right. Yeah. What does that look like as you try to divinely sense things?
He just kind of closes his eyes and he just kind of like huffs and sighs, just kind of, and he just holds still as
Perfectly
a
still?
stone.
You see, and Cole, you've seen this before, where nothing happens, and then he just goes back to normal. But this time, one eye sparks open real fast. Bing! And Caven, you sense there is something not quite alive and moving around on the other side of that door.
Uh-huh. Caven, step aside the door, please.
Who are you talking to?
Cole.
What?
He's still inside himself.
Step aside from yourself.
Caven, wake
Step
up.
aside from the
Wake
hate.
up.
Kevin, no. Kevin, stop. Where do you need me?
There's something behind this door that I need to see.
Behind the locked door?
Yes.
All right.
Are you saying this loud enough
What's
to traverse a
behind
30-foot room?
Are we speaking in twin speak?
Yes.
Hey, Mr. Colgus, what's behind this door?
And he says, "It's the old study."
No, I know, but what's behind it?
I don't.
My friend
No.
here thinks there's something living.
No.
Is it dangerous?
He's
Wouldn't
struggling.
be living and be undead.
You wanted to stay locked up? Or do you wanted to let it out?
He headbutts you again and knocks himself out.
Shit.
This works
my
for
good
better for everyone
groundskeeper,
here.
could you make sure he does not cause himself or anyone else harm while we see what's beyond here?
Vessel is moving across the room towards Caven,
Do we need to wrap
standing
that?
alongside Caven. Cocks his head up to him since he's much taller. What is it you sense?
Undead.
We may not be ready to handle such a creature.
We don't know if it's being held captive here or if we are being protected from it.
While this is going on, is there like an office or like a central desk where Colgus might, spend most of his time?
You're in it right now. This little foyer.
Okay. Is there a desk or anything?
Yeah.
Fiona would like to go to the desk and see if there's any books or anything that might be about undead or might be suspicious for just this pudgy librarian to be
Summon evil groundhog.
to
Okay.
be getting after. Yeah.
All right. You start going through those books at the moment.
Okay.
There are a ton of them. This whole area is
But anything that looks like it might have been
recent.
recent,
Okay.
yeah.
There's still like a dozen
Oh,
books
shit.
piled around his
No
desk
worries.
and tons all over.
And
So
what
you're
were you
taking a look.
hoping for? An undead Puxatoni?
No, God.
Oh, okay.
I was just, it's,
I want to see if it sees a shadow.
It's undead shadow.
It's undead shadow.
Ooh. Sorry. All right.
Uvor has taken Kolger and has sat him in a chair and has wheeled that chair over to a corner in this room and is keeping an eye on him and put another and sitting down in a chair right in front of him.
And Uvor's okay. He doesn't need to have that cut cleaned up or
He'll-
bandaged or anything.
I'll live.
All right. So listen, we can open this door and see what's going to happen inside of it, but I know we just came out of a bit of a rough scruffle. None of us have bathed. Is this a thing that we want to get into?
I think you all smell fine.
Thank you. Thank you,
Didn't
Vessel.
you say you cannot smell, sir?
You smell the finest.
Cole, as adventurous as one can be, you saw our efforts at full strength, and I haven't a song left to sing today.
That's quitter talk.
Then you
I'm
play
almost convinced. I want to.
Quitter.
Quitter. Spent years perfecting my performance.
These two songs that only I can sing twice per day.
You would have me sing in a minor chord?
Well,
I
if
have
this
put-
is a... I mean, Caven, you know better than I do. What do we do with this?
We keep the key and make sure no one else can get in to this room in the meantime, then.
Valeris, how you feeling about that?
I want to open the door.
Valamir wants to open the door.
Those of you who feel
Aragus
weak and
gets his little
peckish,
crossbow out.
stand
his
in the
short bow.
back.
Valamir
So-
draws his dagger.
Yeah, I have a short bow. That's all I got.
We're going to kill it, right? That's the idea. I want to make sure we're on the same page. No one's
Well,
trying to
we need to
ask
We're going
questions.
to bring it back for study.
determine what it is first.
I hope your character actually has a lollipop in his mouth.
So you don't want to kill it.
We don't even know what's there.
That's my point. If it's really dangerous, we're probably going to have to kill it. So if you want to save it and not kill it, we should come back. We should leave it locked up now and come back to it a little bit. Otherwise, we're just going to kill it.
And it may not be here upon our return, or may escape in the meantime, or cause any sort
Who has
of...
the key? Oh, I have the key.
Yeah.
The door opens.
Enough talk.
There you go.
The key unlocks with a loud click as the old door is unlocked. Pushing it open, Caven?
If it's a push door, then yes.
It is not.
Oh, then
Turn in next week to find out.
I
Make
slide.
an insight roll to figure this out. All right. Inside, you open up the door and you see there is like a 40
It's
by
gonna be a
40
lich.
a 40 by 40 room that is got some wood paneled walls and floor. And there is a desk, some bookshelves on the side, a big chalkboard, and it kind of looks like a non-focused room. Old books have just been thrown in here, but maybe there's some teaching that used to be done here, but it hasn't been used in a bit. And as you step in, you see nothing unusual, but there are two doors. So if you're looking straight ahead, you're looking west. There's a door on the opposite side of you, so 40 feet away or so, and you sensed just beyond that other door is where you sense that concept.
Okay.
However, to the right of that, heading south, is another door as well.
I walk over towards the door where I sensed the undeadness.
Okay, make a perception roll.
Is the room lit? I didn't ask that. I didn't hear that part.
The room is lit. There are continual light spells that are
Right.
in here.
It's an 11.
Okay. You taste nothing.
Okay.
The rest of the group follows in behind you, and you're all within this space.
Did I find anything?
No, you did
Okay.
not find anything unusual. All the books he had, there was nothing open or being read. He appears to just be cataloging stuff. No, what, you didn't specify that name. No, there's nothing unusual
Okay.
like that.
Is this simply an antechamber, or is there purpose to this room? So,
It's-
i.e., shelves, books, study, etc.
That's what I described earlier. It has no purpose anymore. There's shelves with old books. There are books stacked up. There's a desk that no one seems to have been used in a year or two. There's a chalkboard with some old drawings and some relatively new drawings. It's just a basement within a university-style thing.
And I mean, Valamir's definitely looking to see if he can see any particular book that might be of valuable or nature, magical nature
Do you want me to
involving.
steal from the library?
Yes.
They're going to hunt you down.
No, of course I'm not going to steal from the library. I'm just going to do a little reading.
All right.
He has a card. He can check things out.
Oh, yeah. You can borrow.
Caven,
I mean,
I'm
that's what
behind
a
you.
library is, right?
2
So-
days in lockup. It's not a big deal.
Exactly.
So Caven and Cole are by
for-
this door,
If
days.
Fiona would be with
Okay.
you guys.
and Caven reaches out to see if it's unlocked.
It is unlocked. You crack open the door. You see there is a small hallway. Like 20, 25 feet wide, long and 10 feet wide. Again, wood paneling everywhere. This looks like it was a really nice place long ago. Has this old musty smell to it. And as you open the door, you see there is a creature there. A creature 5 feet tall, made of shadows with a little bit of a physical, almost plasticky looking face. The shadows kind of form a little bit of a solid face. It's got some brightish white eyes and some teeth, actual looking teeth to it, but the rest of it is shadow as it's kind of just undulating and hovering there awkwardly. And upon seeing you open the door, it immediately comes racing right at you with just and flying at great speed towards you.
Okay.
As it does so, we have a quick little initiative here, and we have a battle.
Oh my gosh.
And on our battle map, you can see this situation. So those of you that are listening on podcast, you can also take a look at some of these battle mats on the video if you ever want to check that out as well. You should be seeing that now, Chris, on your screen.
I have it called up.
All right,
I'm gonna
great.
can I do a quick check with everyone real quick?
Of health.
Health. I have myself at 6, Fiona at 6, Cole at 9, Aragus at 7 with 2 temporary, but I'm not sure if that holds
That it?
still.
Yeah, it's up to top.
Valamir at 8, and Caven at 10.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, no temp. Well, you had temporary hit points
Yeah,
he had
he had-
2.
What?
from what?
I forget what,
Was
but
it a heal?
Yeah, he did have them.
Someone hit me with a heal, I think. That was-
No, you.
No, it was
All
the
I know is called
sandwich you ate.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
the sandwich.
That lasted a day,
there you
so
go.
you got it.
Okay.
Also, you guys did a short rest. I thought we just said
I
a moment ago.
But we're out of hit dice.
Oh, you're all at
Yeah.
hit. That's what I was going to
Yeah,
ask.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'd already used our hit
Okay.
dice.
Never mind. Then we're good. All right. So this creature's racing there. Caven gives out a note of alarm.
Stand back!
And the creature comes racing over, but before it does, Aragus goes first.
Oh, okay. As we all kind of make our V formation, Aragus has his crossbow, or I'm sorry, my short bow, already drawn. I will fire at the creature. That was a total of 20.
A total of 20 is a hit.
1d6 plus 2 is 3 hit points.
3
of
points.
damage.
The creature is barely phased, but it did take the damage, all of it.
It seems to have some effect.
Uh,
Get it, everyone!
I don't have the fight.
It was 3 points of damage, you said?
3.
3 points of damage.
All right, the creature comes racing over, gliding with no sound.
I don't have the fight. I don't have
You don't have a battle map?
season 5. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Sure. Well, we will continue with the battle. The creature comes racing over, and it is charging right at you, Caven. And it bites at you with its crazy little teeth. Right here. I remember how to do this. There we go. I roll on that one. With a total of 22 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
You take 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Make a wisdom saving throw. Target 10.
I'm gonna use my hero or inspiration die. Yeah,
Yep.
inspiration die. That was a 2, by the way. Let's try this again. There we go. 19.
19. You resist confusion that comes from said bite. The creature is done. Next up is. Boop, 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 boop.
We're still using Forge, right?
Yeah.
Foundry.
Yeah.
No,
That's
Forge is.
Found- Oh yeah. No. Yeah,
Okay.
Forge. Sorry.
Caven, you're up.
So I'm going to
Inglorious Bards.
take a swing right back at him with the warhammer, and that's in my hand. We're gonna do that one-handed.
Can you log in, Jeremy, as yourself?
I am logged in as myself, but I only have season 3 and 4. Season 5 is no longer in my Forge profile.
Oh, I might be able to help with that.
That's a 16 to hit. When you're
16 is a hit. What's the damage on
ready.
that?
And it's gonna be 5 points of damage.
Okay. While he does that, we are going to look at game. We're going to try to figure this out. This is getting you added somehow. What was the? You had an account before.
Yeah, I might have been signed in as you. I'm going to try.
No, because you would have had full access
have
to
full- yeah.
everythy, and we certainly wouldn't have that.
Every time I've signed in as me, and I've just had it. It's been there.
Yeah. It might have been like Tim's login or something.
Tried that one too because I have that one saved on here. Also not accessed.
What?
Yeah, it's not in there.
Does not sound right at all.
Agreed.
See if we can figure this out. Well, you know what? We're getting close to our break time. Let's take our break here, see if we can get our video logged in, and we'll be right back. And that was 5 damage from
Oh,
Caven.
15.
Yes.
5 damage from Caven.
Dear boy.
And we'll be right back after this.
All right.
See ya.
We're on.
Okay, we've got our video playing now of the battle. Caven has just been bit, and it is Valamir, your action. You're on the north section of this study area, about 15, 20 feet away from the creature.
You said, sorry to interrupt. You said this creature moves about silently. Does it make any noise? Did it make any noise when
It did
bit?
when it came at him. It did that.
Okay.
Recall knowledge, is that a thing?
There is, yes.
Investigation.
You can make an arcane roll if that's what you want to spend your action doing.
That'll be a full. That'll be my
Yes.
full action to try and figure out what this thing is. Valamir waves his arm around and goes, and throws a fireball. Firebolt.
Firebolt.
Sorry, just that'll be in a couple levels.
I'm more powerful than even you realize.
That is going to be a 20 to hit, I believe.
You
22
strike
to hit, and
the shadowy creature
1 point of damage.
for 1 point.
Really?
Yep.
Those firebolts
Can you roll as
for
hero?
balls. It's not a +1, it's a flat D10.
Yeah, it's a flat 1d10, and I rolled
I
a
thought
1.
that was a 7.
All right. Valamir's done. Cole, you are also right next to this creature.
Oh.
Cole.
Oh, it's me. Yeah. So I'm gonna. I mean, seeing how he could just kind of absorb a little bit of fire, it means he can take a hit. So I'm swinging. Grabbing my Morning Star, swinging right down at him. Ooh, for 22.
The Morning Star strikes and tears apart some of its shadows.
For make sure I can add as many bonuses as possible to that. That's a 5.
5 points of damage. The creature is badly wounded. It's struggling, and the shadows fall apart, and it tries desperately to reform its shape. It's barely hanging in there. Fiona, you're not too far behind the Goliath.
Nope. Fiona's gonna move up though towards Valamir to get a clear shot, and also throw a firebolt at this thing.
Firebolt of your own.
Oh, God, that's all of them?
Ooh, that's juicy. With a 23 to hit.
Okay.
Oh my God, we're killing it.
That is a hit.
3 points of fire damage.
3 point. You flash fire right into it, and it bursts apart into shadows and wispy fog and smoke, and it dissipates and is gone.
Can I make an Arcana check to know what it was?
As
No.
it passes away.
Whoa!
Most.
What? That's awesome! Vessel, did you see what I did?
I did. Well done,
Thank you.
all of you.
I
Well
have
done.
credit for that kill.
Yeah. You can have the full thing.
But what was that spirit doing here?
What was that spirit is a good question as well. And that may enlighten what it was doing.
Here.
Gavin, do you sense anything
Here.
else?
Were you just adding, completing a sentence?
Yeah. What does that feeling of undeadness and everything, is that dissipated now that this creature's gone?
Prince, as an action, you can open awareness until your turn. You know the location.
I think it's only good for one action, actually.
Within the same range, you can use this feature a number of times equal to 1 plus your charisma modifier. Long rest recovers the uses. You would have to start it again.
I'm not going to worry about it right now.
Okay.
Do we want to
Yeah, let's look around.
see
Let's
what
look
is
around.
through the other doors?
Well,
Where's a desk?
Yeah, okay.
Couple
So-
desks?
Well, we're not going to loot the library, I'm told.
no,
so.
but we want to look around.
Vessel wants to check and see if there were any runes or markings protecting the doorway or its passage through, preventing it.
Yeah, Valamir wants to go in the room that creature was in and investigate that room.
Okay. Yeah, it's a corridor, small little corridor. There are, in Vessel, you see no runes on the floor or the door that you open to get into this corridor.
Did this thing leave any mess behind, or it just evaporated?
It just evaporated.
Can I loot it?
No, I just. Well, yes.
Gonna like roll around in it or something?
What man?
Cole's gonna
Put your
head to
sound on
the door on the other side of the corridor, like go all the way through the hallway.
All right. Cole goes over there, creaks open that door. In there, you see a larger room, again, stacked books, musty. There's a couple fading continual light spells going on there. Where are you, Cole? Just on our map. I'm putting you over here. As you open up the door, you see there are 7 of these creatures in the room.
Oh,
2 to the north in an area of light fog, the fog low to the ground. You just see them just kind of just undulating about, kind of hiding but not hiding, almost as in a subdued state. To the south of this long vertical chamber are 5 of them. Again, a low level of fog to the ground. They are surrounding several books that are arranged on the floor and doing some sort of ritual with their hands.
gonna close the door as I back out of the room quietly into the corridor and hustle back to everybody else.
All right.
You guys.
You look a little pale.
There's like 11 of them. Or 30. I don't remember. There's a lot more.
11 or 30 is a big difference.
I stopped counting. There's.
And likely neither of them correct.
How dare you know me? I'm just saying that we may need to come back. There's so many on the other side, and they look like they're casting things. Gavin, you'd know better than I would.
Something.
So if you saw, so you probably saw 7.
He does brother interprets
Yeah, he does
it.
whole
He
math.
does 11, 30,
Carry the 5.
minus 2, 7.
Still too many for us to handle right now.
We should alert the library staff, and perhaps we
We need to
must
figure out.
interrupt this.
We need to figure out why that dirtbag out there was protecting them.
Likely he was mentally affected and confused, like by the creatures. I felt a wave of confusion pass over us as it attacked Caven.
Okay.
Let's quietly return to the library.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to lock this door. Can I lock shadows out? Does that work? Can we do that?
Let's tread quietly back out.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
all I hear.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That's me
yeah.
tiptoeing.
And like Valamir's kind of hauling ass to like alert assistant professor. Hold on.
Galifianakis.
I'll find
Galisarius?
Associate Professor Galisarius.
We're gonna do that the rest of the campaign.
All right. You are back out into the little foyer office area of the librarian, where he is still being watched by the groundskeeper. Keeping the students outside of this is the Associate Professor Galisarius.
Galisarius.
And he turns around and says, what did you find?
Professor, there's some shadow creatures performing some ritual in the library.
Hold on 1 second. Students, listen. There are interesting things to see here. One at a time, please. You first, and then bring some students in one at a time.
Well, it is
You are
quite.
free to look around the room. Can they go into that door?
No, they cannot.
This is a school of discovery.
If you would like it to be a school of death, then you may allow them to pass through. Otherwise, I would not do so.
All right, you can stay within this room, and you may ask any questions you have of the librarian.
You are.
He's
there-
he's unconscious. He's not here. There's death on the other side of that door. Lots of death. We're working on preventing that, and you are making it easier for people to die.
All right. For safety's sake, students, come back. He brings the one in. We will do a buddy system, 2 at a time. Stay together. You may go around the room.
Professor, are your students skilled in Warcraft?
No.
Then I suggest they do not go into this area.
Very well. Students, the learning opportunity has been squashed by our guest here. The moment the learning may commence, I will let you know. You may all sit out here in this hall, and we will start a lottery.
For what?
Who gets to come
Who
in
gets to come in?
first?
Who gets to learn?
When the learning can commence. We're gonna have to take care of this, aren't we?
The lottery
We are.
rules will be as such.
Does Valimir know if Galisarius is like an actual skilled wizard in any way?
He is not.
That's unfortunate.
Do you think we could get some like healing potions or something? And go back in there?
We definitely need to
Like, is there,
disrupt and destroy what is happening. But
There's like a spell slot adrenaline shot we can
there's
stab
like
into
people who need
ourselves.
spell slots.
mean-
There's people who need
well,
healing. There's people
Pretty
who
sure you're
need
one of them.
reactions to be
not for
refreshed.
fighting?
Associate Professor, is there
It
anybody?
will be done by seniority and
Associate
yes,
Professor,
Yes,
this
yes.
is critical that we have this discussion immediately. There are
Why don't you come out here into the hallway
Sir,
and
sir.
say it loudly for the whole class to
Sir.
hear? This is a learning opportunity, everyone. Listen up to the wizard.
And I thought the Goliaths were dunce. Sir,
Oh, that's not nice.
no, in the nicest way possible,
Okay,
I
thank
assure
you.
you.
Do you hear the lovely banter they share?
Is there anybody with a magical or combat ability nearby? Because we will soon need that for what we're about to encounter. As we are in a very dangerous and deadly situation here.
Notice when fear kicks in, repetition kicks in. He then turns to you and says, yes, we have our greatest security force at the school, and that is the 6 of you and groundskeeper Uvor.
Lovely. Groundskeeper, you're with us.
Ah.
We're going to close this door behind you.
for our protection.
It's a school of discovery.
Uh-huh.
Scream violently if everything's all right.
So it looks like we must address this ourselves. I know we are not in good condition. We may not need to kill them all, but we must disrupt what is happening in that room.
We have not a fighting chance.
Well, then we disrupt what is happening and run. Or if you wish to flee, you may do so. I understand. If you do not have the courage to move forward, it is no problem. I will take care of this, my friend.
Uvor.
Okay.
Suddenly, Valamir's like, you know what? Learning opportunity.
Groundskeeper Uvor says, so you're going to magic whatever's on here? What's this death?
There are 7 shadow creatures of some sort on the other side
We
here.
killed one already.
11 to 30, I heard.
There's like 58 in there
But
last time I
6
checked.
on 1's easy. 6 on 7. Those are not great odds. Is there anything here at the academy that could help us with this fight?
We've got protection that's within the walls and within certain areas, and that ain't one of them over there.
And where is the closest one with such protections?
It's upstairs in the potion training area.
That won't do.
What are the
Potion training area?
Yeah.
How about what potions may be up there? There are some healing potions close by.
There's just a bunch of student experimental stuff I can.
Sounds awesome.
We perhaps should forgo that.
Don't drink anything
But what
below a
about maybe
C.
there's a teacher up there that has something that's not so experimental? I mean, we're pretty desperate right now, right? I don't know about you, but I feel like crap.
In the 30 minutes we've been having this conversation, have the undead come out of the room at all?
No.
Okay.
We must
No, they're
We can leave.
seancing.
immediately address this. We have very little time.
I think we have at least 8 hours.
No.
We do not.
Guarantee you we do not.
What books
Would have
could
if they
they
never
possess?
came down here. We would have.
I want to run up to the potions room real quick. Can't hurt.
Be fleet.
All right, you run up to the potions room. There you see a professor is teaching 2 students, who have remained behind, and they're brewing things in a cauldron, and weird sparks are shooting out of them. And she says, "Can I help you?
People die. I'm Fiona.
I'm in the middle of class."
I realize that we have an emergency down in the library right now. I don't know if you've heard.
I heard of something.
Yeah, the librarian went a little crazy and started waving around a knife, threatening people. My friends and I took care of him. Long story short, I don't know how much I can tell you, but do you have any helpful potions? Like any healing potions would be amazing, but any other potions that might be good in a fight?
No, nothing comes to mind, but you can use these. And she goes over to the failed section box of her behind her desk, and there's a crate that has slots, and that's a pretty decent sized crate for 12 potion bottles that are in there, and she brings them over to you. Each bottle has little weird bubbles and colors and swirling things. Some of them shake and vibrate. One makes a weird crystalline, annoying sound.
Do you really think these are gonna help? Like, what's one of these done?
They did not pass the requirements of the class. Even
So
I
where are
have
the
no
ones
idea.
that passed the requirements of the class?
They're gone. They've been consumed and used for the various purposes. If you need something, I might give me a week or two, and I can perhaps assist.
Take the deal.
This is going to be some fun role playing with this.
Hey, Howie
movie.
Mandel with the briefcase.
Is there another door I can
Yeah.
look by?
The banker's calling.
Okay. Well, I'll take these. I don't know. Okay. Thank you.
And let me know about the red one.
Okay. What was your name, Professor?
Gion, Professor Gion. Nice try.
Thank you.
We're fine.
How many potions? 12?
12.
Oh, there's
12.
there's a die that's has the same number of faces. How about that?
Oh, that's
Weird.
weird.
Huh?
12 unknown, failure of
The red one, Fiona takes all of them back, but the red one she keeps.
Okay, so 11 potions is
Yeah.
what she's bringing.
Well, I
Okay.
don't have an 11-sided die.
Fiona comes back with successful.
So
Loot.
I don't know if it's successful, but we have some potions of some unknown origins.
Sounds like we've got fighting chance then.
There's 11 of them. There's 12 really. Can't
Nice.
lie to you guys. But this red one, she said the Professor Gion seemed curious about.
Doesn't someone here have the ability to identify
For
them?
sure. You give me 11 spell slots, I'll give you identification 11 times.
Duly noted.
Did the professor say what they were supposed to be?
Nope. Just said that they were not. Well, she said they're failures. They did
Hand
not.
me number 7.
They
Let's
did
get it over with.
not. They did not pass muster to get a passing grade.
All right.
I have resistance against such a thing.
Here you go.
The last time I was there.
we could rest until tomorrow.
We do not have the time to do
He
so.
just went up 3 flights of stairs, spoke to a woman for 10 minutes, and
Gee.
came back. We've got 8 hours.
How's my wisdom? 17. 17.
We could like rest
God.
in this outer area.
They're performing some sort of ritual, which we cannot allow them
Okay,
to complete.
I'm with you. I'm ready to drink some weird potions and see what happens.
Valamir grabs one of the potions at random,
Okay.
drinks it, and moves forward.
All righty.
3 steps. Drop step.
Uh-huh. Yep. Yep.
What
That
season
was
is
the
this?
3-stepper
Yeah.
potion. That one works.
What episode is
What
this?
episode is
A
this?
weird vine starts growing out of his ass.
You know.
It's a magic table. Who knows?
All right. You feel a little tingly.
Lovely.
And where were you headed?
He's heading towards the door where the
This is
shadows
awful.
are.
The groundskeeper's with us, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Yes, and he has
Somebody-
gotten himself armed with a shovel.
Awesome.
All right.
Williams is about to pop out of your ass. What year is it?
Here's what we're doing. Last I recall, when we entered the door, to the left there was a couple in the corner. To the right there was the entire
Valamir
army of
teleports
them.
7 feet
God!
Which
I was-
way?
in the direction he was going.
Oh, fuck me.
Valamir,
Yeah.
you have a sense of capability of motion,
Okay.
teleporting,
Lovely.
able to go, instead of moving your move speed, you can teleport in the intervening spaces instead,
Love it.
with a 10% chance of dying every time you do it.
Oh my goodness.
You know you're talking to Chris, right?
Well, there's no spheres involved.
God.
All right. I like it.
10% chance.
I don't know, this is
What a
good.
Do you have a hero point left?
As long as I can roll a D100, I'm fine.
Fiona drinks the red potion.
Okay, Fiona drinks the red
This
one.
is-
You feel a little tingly.
Love potion number 9.
Valamir, what color was the potion you drank?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I did not bother to look.
Anybody else?
And are any of you coming with me, or I'm
I
doing
am-
this
I'm right
by
here.
myself?
I'm front of the line with you.
I'm
You
not
can't go
front of the
without me.
line. but
And I'm kind of actually looking at Caven at the time.
It's right here.
Our dear holy warrior.
Valamir, I'm holding your hand.
Give me a potion.
And whenever you're ready.
Here's a weird blue one.
All right.
Oh, he changed. I saw Tom change something in his head just now.
Haven drinks a weird blue potion.
All right. Caven drops to the ground immediately, grabbing at his body in weird, uncomfortable pain. Caven, make a Constitution save. 1, 2, 3, 4 times, please.
Wow.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Target number, I'm going to make it easy, 10.
Does that first one count?
Yes.
4,
Okay.
10,
There you
Good.
go.
14,
Good.
What the?
6.
All right.
Oh god.
Target must make the save. Otherwise, I don't know. What's the name of this bone?
Tibia.
That'd be the no. This would be the
Humorous?
The humerus.
The humerus and
the bicep,
and the
right?
femur bone on.
Yeah.
So femur bone in your right leg and the humerus on the top left arm are teleported 2 miles away.
Ah! What?
So does his arm just fall to the ground?
It's
So-
now
His leg.
limp and
So I
There's
fall
no
down.
bone.
Oh,
And,
the bone itself.
and
Well,
my
you could
shield-
still stand. You just can't move about.
my warhammer arm is just floppy spaghetti.
You're left-handed?
Yeah.
Of course he's left-handed.
I
Not
love
to mention,
that.
you're going to start to compartmentalize the muscles and tissue, and you'll get gangrene if you're not careful.
I forgot.
That's your doctor's.
Our cleric is here.
Okay.
I'm gonna treat this immediately, or else.
Perhaps another. Perhaps another potion.
They could teleport back.
Episode title.
There's a student with a crate walking around town going, "This one will get you just right."
Make you feel like your bones straight left your body.
That's right.
I call this one snake juice.
Nobody drink any more potions. If we're gonna go fight this thing, we're already a man down, and we gotta freaking fix your arm and leg now.
He says floppily.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, Tom! What is
South. South, yeah.
Well,
South,
if we
south.
do, okay.
All right, where are you? There you are. You are here. Okay, so you are going to the south one. You are at the south door, and you are ready to.
Everybody else be out of the library. Move the professor back. And then if I come through and they're still chasing me, that's where we can have the final battle. Like I'm talking about out of this whole area.
Why can't we just be right at the bottom, right at the mouth of the hallway?
Because if shit goes south, then they're going to swarm us, and these creatures may be able to travel through and around doors and such. So we would be possibly surrounded, and
Make a decision, guys. We're still talking about the same stuff. What's going on?
All right. Go for it, Valamir.
Valamir is all by himself. No one else is in this area, is my understanding.
Sorry. Can I stay next to you?
You can do whatever you want. Just do what
it's
you guys
either
want to
all
do.
of us or just me. That's basically, I think, the way we have to.
All right. So we'll just say
So
just
it'll be
you.
all of us.
No. Right now, Valamir's made a decision going the right. Everyone decide what you're going to do. Stop talking. Just make your decision
I'm going to be
and
at
go.
the mouth of the southern
Done.
hallway.
Done.
Cole is next to Valamir.
Done.
There it is.
Valamir, you're at the door.
And I'm like, finally, they have left me alone. And I turn around, I'm like, oh,
They're right there.
very well.
And go.
All right, then I'm going to open the door and then throw your screamer.
All right. So
You got 3 of them.
So
You want.
Fiona spent some time and built these crazy sound devices. You are right there, Valamir the Wizard, with your crazy.
Where is everybody else?
Somewhere. Just
They're
go.
somewhere.
else, yeah.
Don't worry about it. You're opening the door. You want them not even there, so you don't care. You've opened up the door, and as soon as you open the door, one of the creatures is right there and surprises you and lashes out with an attack. And that is only a 6 to hit. Tries to bite you and misses point blank right in front of your face. Your turn.
I will firebolt past it into the pile of books.
Okay, make a firebolt attack.
I am going to re-roll that with my inspiration. I rolled a 3, And instead, I am going to roll a 22 to hit and maximum damage at 10.
Okay.
Nice.
Huge blast of a firebolt goes flying in, hits the books, and all of the little chanting stops, and they all rotate and look at you and all rush towards Valamir.
And as they're all coming towards me, I teleport past them.
Okay. Valamir teleports past them to the other. So you're just going your full 30 move? Or you're going to the book area where they were at?
Yeah, I mean, before I go, what's going on with those books that I firebolted?
They're covered in a white fog that's really coalescing around them in particular.
Go into the fog, man.
Yep.
We're in it.
I'm going to the fog.
All right, you teleport into the
God,
fog. That is
I'm
about
gonna die.
Hold on, don't roll anything. That is about 25 feet. You teleport. The creatures have raced a little bit past you. You teleport into the room, deep into enemy territory, and then I need you to make a teleportation roll. You need to roll an 11% or higher. You're rolling percentile dice. You need to roll 11% or higher. If you roll a 1 through 10, Valamir dies.
Oh my god.
56.
And he survives.
Ooh, no worries. Just fine.
You teleport there. You are standing in the fog. The creatures are kind of confused, and one is rushing through the door and heading towards. I see a bard not too far away.
Yeah, sorry. I'm having a hard time with the visuals and the shadows.
I think
Cole
that was
supposed to be
actually
standing next
Cole,
to the door.
not the bard.
If
Yeah,
you can
move
see
him
me and
out.
get me down there.
Gotcha.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Racing towards Cole.
Big difference.
Valamir, what are you doing?
Grabbing books, kicking them, like just disrupting everything that's going on there. And then if any creature's getting close enough to me, I'm going to try and teleport away from
The
it.
creatures stop. They look confused. They look right. They look left. They turn around and see you. You are kicking books. Is that correct?
Yeah, grabbing, kicking, like I'm grabbing what I can,
Okay.
kicking other books that are around.
Yeah, there's about 6 of them or
Disrupting
so.
the-
You're able to grab
Yeah.
about half of them in your hands. They throb with a strange necrotic energy, and you take 1 point of damage only.
Okay.
And the 4 creatures that were racing towards the door to get you now turn around and see you, and are racing towards where you're at now.
And I teleport
Back
through.
again.
That's the necrotic damage.
You teleport back, which is a full 30 feet, and I will move these creatures a bit. You
Uh-huh.
now need to make a teleportation death roll, a 10% or less, and Valamir is dead.
81.
Is alive.
All right.
I don't
You've
like
teleported on the other side. You're not far from the door. The creatures stop in the fog. They seem
Slam the door
confused.
closed and
Okay.
run.
You do so. You run. There's a creature charging right at Cole. One of these things got through the closed door. Cole, you are up.
Yeah, I'm swinging right at it. Trying to take it right out in the head. 18 to hit.
Is a hit.
Right. And I'm going to hit it for 11 points of damage.
All right. That is a big hit. Shadow section goes wisping off. The creature, however, is still alive. And
Fiona's at the mount
up at the top.
Up at the top and would like to shoot a firebolt.
Go for it.
18 to hit.
Is a hit.
4 points of fire damage.
Let's see. It is nearly destroyed before it gets its attack off, and that is a 7 to hit Cole.
Miss.
Snapping at you with its crazy mouth, it misses. Valamir, you were running past all this?
Yes, and as I run past, I do my full run of 30 feet, turn, and then fire a... Actually, I'm going to fire the firebolt first into the back of this creature.
All right.
That is a 21 to hit with 6 points of damage.
And the creature is destroyed.
And I
Shadows disperse.
run.
Did you want to teleport?
No.
All right. You run back, and you have joined your friends back out into the old librarian's little office area and close that door behind you.
Let's go. And I'm holding a bunch of books.
You have 3 in your hands.
Follow him out. Run.
Where? You guys are in the librarian's study.
Right
We're gonna-
into
we're
the
gonna-
main.
Run out the librarian's door and lock that door behind us.
You are outside that area right now. It is locked behind you.
And we're going to wait for a little bit, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
See if we get...
You wait, and you hear some silence, and nothing seems to happen.
Can't believe that worked.
Well,
Or, I mean, hopefully
of course it
worked.
was mostly my plan.
Yeah,
so of course it
You did
worked.
great.
Why wouldn't it?
Oh, I feel so rested
Thank you
now.
for the tap on the shoulder, good friend. I appreciate the... Bam!
Into the arm with no bone.
Into the floppy arm.
And Valamir gets a DM inspiration point.
Yeah!
Nice.
Good job. All right, let's take these books out of here and read them over.
Yeah. So I think
Are they
we're...
safe to read?
we shall see. We shall see.
I
mean,
typically we shouldn't mess around with this stuff.
Well, I feel we must at least investigate this a bit to figure out what they were doing and how we can further disrupt whatever these creatures are about, because they're certainly up to no good. These undead things. Do you not agree there, Caven? Vessel, do you not feel the need? The need?
To read?
trying to get them to agree. You're nodding with them. Yes, right? Yes. Steal books and disrupt. Is the professor
Liberated. The term would be
outside the door still?
liberated, not steal.
The professor is outside the door. He is standing quietly behind the headmaster of the school who has arrived.
Not
Headmaster Vidal is there, a tall, old elf with large, bushy sideburns, oddly enough, and very tall, has a robe that just hangs on him uncomfortably like Lurch, an outfit or something like that from the Addams family, and just stands there silently figuring out what he just witnessed as you all come running in. Run away! Run away!
I run through the door, slam the door closed. You got floppy arm people, a man with a shovel for a leg.
Don't mess with magic.
Headmaster, we were just finishing up here.
And what seems to be going on with this door?
Well, there are some dark undead type creatures performing some sort of ritual in the library, and we have attempted to disrupt it. We are not faring too particularly well with our health at the moment, as we have also liberated the scrolls that we were commissioned to do, and we have found further evil in the library. Are you a competent combatant of combat?
I'm taking that inspiration. He says, I am an administrator of a university.
That is unfortunate. Well, fortunate that they have you, sir, as an administrator, but unfortunate to my question.
Well, we certainly appreciate your aid.
It does not sound like you do.
He raises an eyebrow at that.
Ixnay on the armchair.
But we are hoping to gain some rest and recover ourselves, and then before anyone else is allowed back into the library, return to fight these creatures if they remain there, or to otherwise investigate and see what they have been up to. Unless you have some some people who would be able to assist us, but I am told we are the so-called muscle here.
If you are unable to deal with the situation, we have allies in the city who can handle this.
We would need a rest first, but I do believe this is pressing, and more than what we were prepared to deal with in the moment. So if you have allies, bring them forth and have them enter the library and prepare to fight undead.
Very well. You may leave the books there, as well as what is left of our groundskeeper's shovel, if you please.
We are going to still require the use of the shovel. Thank you.
And all I ask is you remain here for an hour or so until we get the appropriate people here to resolve the situation.
Of course.
And he leans over and whispers something into the associate professor's ears, and he kind of winces when he hears whatever that is said.
Velamir's looking at these book titles that he has.
Yes, you can read titles on the spines. The titles include Avoiding Your Dreams, Pirates Without a Conscience, Of Foes and Cats.
Awesome. Awesome plan.
Why are you giving me that?
Hey, it got me an inspiration. And I'm very interested in Of Foes and Cats. I have a certain affinity.
What was that
with
classic one from
cats.
Skyrim? The Argonian Maid or something like that?
The Lusty Argonian.
The Lusty Argonian. There you go.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Avoiding Your Dreams, Of Foes and Cats, and then what was the other one?
Pirates Without a Conscience.
Sometimes book titles can be misleading. There was some reason why they were using
And
these.
we know that his bones are gone. We don't know that they're like somewhere else.
Correct.
Perhaps it'll wear off.
a
in
phantom
bit,
limb somewhere
Caven. One can hope.
The groundskeeper found
Every time
something.
he moves around, some boats just rattle in the sky somewhere.
I sound like a maraca.
Beans didn't appear in there.
All right, about 2 hours go by, and after a while, you hear some conversations outside, and the headmaster is talking to 3 heroic-looking heroes. Strong, confident, level 11 heroes stand
Wow.
before the headmaster, and he describes the situation and your ability to be good guards while you kept everything locked down. And these 3 heroes, broad-shouldered, shiny armor, magical glowing weapons, stride on by and just have this. Yeah, we got this. You did good. We got it from here. And push on by.
That guy just tried to pat me on the head. You see that?
Yes. Be our guest.
They're like-
So public sector.
They're like, we're from the domain from last season, and they walk on by and take the key from you and close the door behind them.
Caven begins to hobble back to their dormitory.
All right, Caven hobbles. You guys are released of your duty.
I'm staying there to get results.
Good luck, Valamir. I
bye.
helped Caven on the way back immediately.
All right, Valamir, you notice that your first book that you looked at of Foes and Cats, all the pages have strange white fog upon them as you open them up. And the fog clears, almost like there's a little smoke generator type thing inside. When it clears, there's no written word on those pages, and all of the pages are blank. And
I
the same is true for all 3 of the books. The only words you can see are on the spine.
They have stolen the contents and the words from these books. There must be some meaning to that. Who's around me?
I stayed with you. Or Fiona stayed with you.
Who from the library? The highest ranking library person.
The headmaster is there. The librarian Colger is there, as is the associate professor.
Has the
Galaxy.
librarian Colger come to his senses?
Yes.
My good man, can you tell me
I'm
any...
so sorry about striking with my knife.
You were confused and not...
Would you tell the tall one I didn't mean to attack him?
Of course, we understand. It is no bother at all. I don't think you actually hurt him in any way.
Oh, good.
Yes, but I do have some questions for you, if I may, as I feel like maybe you owe us after trying to kill us. But but really, no hard feelings. Avoiding your dreams.
You hear laughter on the other side of the door. So easy.
Well, good for them. so happy, proud of those.
How many times can I cast Fireball again?
Pardon me, I'll be right back. And I will go into the. Oh, well, they have the key. Well,
they closed the door. And
Did they lock it?
Yep.
No vindication for you.
oh well, that's
Just-
fine.
You
Avoiding
can always
your dreams.
teleport.
I could.
Does the librarian still seem a little mad like he
No.
was before?
Nope.
I ask him about the books.
Ask him.
What can you tell me of these 3 books that were found in your library? Avoiding Your Dreams, Of Foes and Cats, and Pirates Without a Conscience.
Let me see. And he goes to his desk and grabs a bunch of loose pieces of paper,
Are they perhaps
shuffles
by
them
the
around.
same author or same time period?
No, that wasn't that. No. I don't think there's anything of consequence. I just stored him in there of not particular interest to the school. They were a donation several months ago.
Donated by whom, my good man?
Lady Verador.
And at that time, did Lady Verador donate any other books at that same time?
He checks and says, yes, she donated 6 books.
If you do not mind informing me of the titles of these said books, good sir.
Success with Silver. The Cause of Almithra. And Companions Without Sin.
The Cause of Elminthra? And what without sin?
Companions.
Opinions.
Companions Without Sin. Okay. Valamir knocks on the door.
Okay.
Hello, my good gentlemen. How fares it in there?
After a little bit, the door opens up, and these 3 stalwart, shiny, armored, heroic, knightly types open up the door, and they're just laughing. Oh my god, oh yeah, that'd be great. And they go, hey,
What did you find, gentlemen?
some little shade things. They're all taken
Excellent.
care of. Everything's fine.
Well done. We are so proud of your muscles. Good job.
One of them looks to the other and says, hey, short rest? Short rest? No, I'm good. And they walk on by.
I'm sure we will see each other again someday.
They chat with the
I don't like
headmaster.
that little dig you just made at us, Tom. I really don't like that at all, Tom. I'm not letting that one walk on by. Oh, I'm taking away an inspiration for that. Oh, that stung.
They chat with each other. They chat with the headmaster for a little bit, and they have just that big laugh. And they're like, "Oh yeah, good old buddy
And as
headmaster."
Valamir's
Pats."
walking, he's like, fuckers. And he's like,
They all kind of look at you, and they laugh a little bit more, and then they you.
and I'm going in to check out the scene.
Okay, you go and check out the scene. It is musty still in there, a little less musty, and there are some knocked over bookcases. No sign of any of these shady characters, literally, whatsoever. You see there are 3 books that were not able to be picked up by you, and they were rearranged by those 3 creatures after you kicked them in their little area. They're still left staying on the floor, and they have the 3 names that were just listed off to you a moment ago.
And do they have any? And are they also devoid of
They
internal
are
writing?
the white little fog in them, yes.
I'm going to stow these books.
Okay,
I'm going to get rid of the fog, and I'm going to take the books.
okay.
And I'm going to talk to the librarian about it.
You are back at the librarian.
And the headmaster and everything is gone.
Yep, they've gone.
Oh yeah, Fiona wanted to question the librarian.
Okay, Fiona's there.
Librarian Colgus, you seem
It's Colger.
Colger. You seem better than you were before.
Could you tell your friend I'm so sorry about
I
stabbing?
will. I don't think he's used to it. He probably is not bothered by it, but I will tell him for sure. what happened to you? Why did you go a little mad there?
I know. I wish I could tell you. I just had this growing sensation of trouble in that old storage area.
You weren't back there or anything?
No, I was here the whole time, he says,
Oh.
pointing at his desk.
That's crazy.
Is the storage area where we were? Is that what you're referring
Yes.
to? Okay, very good. I
And
wanted to
then
make
it
sure.
just started to get crazy in my head. And then I just knew I had to keep everyone out.
You did well, actually.
I don't know why I did it.
Sir, you did well. You did well by not permitting.
Let's take it from the top.
By not permitting the
Interrogation
students.
scene 1.
By not permitting the students in, you perhaps saved their lives, almost certainly. So you did well inadvertently. You were not of your own mind, and I'm sure whatever transgressions happened during that time will be forgiven, for you were not of sound mind and body. Now, speaking of which, there are 3 books here. You will see that they have been removed of any writing through this magical means, and they are now evidence, I believe, that we need to retain for the time being as we further investigate these comings and goings of these creatures. So I just wanted to let you know.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes.
Let me know how I can help.
We certainly will. Fiona, did you have more questions for the good Colger? It
you-
appears maybe.
Here's your key back.
Thank you.
Is this the only key? Like, who else could have gotten back there besides you?
Me, the headmaster probably has a key, and Uvor has a key.
Okay.
What were the 3 books that you had?
Voiding your. The 3 that I have are Success of Silver, The Cause of Elminthra, and Companions Without Sin.
Are you gonna keep any of those books?
All 3 of those.
The 3 you just found?
Yes.
We have 6 books now.
I put the other 3 down, but are those other 3 books there? The Avoiding Your Dreams of Foes and Cats and Pirates Without a.
Conscience.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have 6 books.
All right, yeah. So I'll be like, and these as well. Good librarian. Yes.
Yeah, he's immediately regretting saying, let him know if he can help
And maybe
at all.
some of these over here, and on my way out.
These curtains, I definitely gonna need these curtains.
And that sandwich you have there.
Did Vessel stay behind in the library?
femur
Or did
bone,
you
I
go
could
with
say.
the brother?
We need one femur bone.
I won't leave Fiona out of sight.
And how many potions are left?
Oh my god.
9 potions?
Nine
There's,
potions,
there's
right?
9 left.
Yeah.
Fiona took someone that didn't do anything yet.
How has
There's
the
a-
teleportation worn off?
No.
Okay, is it permanent? That would be fucking awesome.
No answer.
Let's see how many times you have to roll a 10.
Yeah, I mean, I will die eventually, but also question about that. If
It's
I
triggered off bodily functions, by the way.
if I have a DM inspiration and I roll the D100
Yes.
and I would want to re-roll that for any reason, would I
Correct.
be able to?
No.
Okay, that is good to know.
This
That
is raw, chaotic
that
goodness.
is that is good information to have.
But
Are you guys returned to the party?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you relayed
What was the
happened
Yes.
cat's book called?
Of Foes and Cats.
Of Foes and Cats.
Mhm.
Got it. Thank you.
I believe it is also known by its other title, Is Your Cat Trying to Kill You?
Never.
And the answer is likely yes.
All right, you've got all those books. Well, you guys are back at the dorm where Haven is flopped down on his bed in a relaxed state. and his brother's with him, and you guys are all gathered. A bunch of students are huddled around, would have been pushed away by Cole to give his brother some breathing room. What happened? I heard there was a giant dragon down there, and you're just pushing him.
What time of day is it?
You guys were there. It's got to be getting near evening, deep into the evening now.
Let
Make
us
us wait for a couple hours for the stupid posers. Their giant, shiny metal magic armor to
Fiona.
take care of our job.
Yeah.
Mentioned that the only people with keys are the three: the librarian, the
Well, that's what the
groundskeeper,
librarian said.
and the headmaster. I'm noticing a pattern with the groundskeeper. He's involved in an awful lot of business outside of the grounds.
What do you mean?
Well, he seems to be doing more investigating, or he seems to be rather friendly with a lot of these people, even those such as Haloray, who are unbecoming. I simply,
He like takes care of everything around here.
I simply wonder if we keep an eye on him in our ongoing investigation.
We can.
I mean no harm to the man, but he has access to very many levels of this university, all levels I would imagine, and already twice he's been involved in 2 of these incidents. This is concerning.
Maybe. I'm more concerned about this lady Voromir who donated the books. That could
Oh,
100% not be the correct name either.
Fiona, make a history. Fiona and the Bard.
Baradine, I
And the
believe
Bard?
it is.
Okay.
Make history check.
What?
Difficulty 16.
What's this
Barrymore.
history check for?
Barrymore.
Is it
There's no D in there?
related to a magic item, an alchemical object, or a technological device?
No.
It's not Baradine?
I had to ask.
Is it a history check?
It is a history
All right,
check.
I'll do the recommended history check. With a 3.
Okay.
I'll use my bardic inspiration if I may.
I got an 18.
You don't need
Or my
to if she's got it.
DM inspiration. I'm sorry.
You don't need to if she's got
Oh.
it. Save it.
Got it. Sorry.
With an 18, you know that the Verador family is connected with the founding and
Verador.
and defense of the city of Almithra. Did you all get that?
Verador.
Founding and
With a
defense
D.
Of the
No.
city
Did
of
you get what I
Almithra.
said?
Can you say
I
it
was
again?
too
I was being
busy
distracted, I'm sorry.
gloating over getting the name right.
Verador family is connected with the founding and defense of the city of Almithra.
Oh. Do we know what the city of Elminthra is?
Yes.
You're standing
you were
in it.
standing in it.
What
Oh.
the fuck?
Dude. we had the name of the city a month ago and haven't talked about it since. So
His
fucking
brilliance is
forgive me.
fleeting. He's sundowning right now. Give him his pudding. Let him be on his way.
Once it gets dark, so does the light in his eyes.
I'm more a day wizard over a night wizard.
Thank you, Christopher. I needed that. That's 2 goodies you've given me today.
We got to stop borrowing adventurers from the home.
All right. Married family.
What are you guys doing? Did I hear a rest?
Oh, for the love of God, please.
No, next
the whole
adventure.
time.
Let's go fight
Seriously.
some more
Let's
shades.
I want
Fucking idiots.
Fiona and Vessel are gonna go scavenge up some food for the group.
Okay, you are able to easily find some
Yeah.
food in the cafeteria kitchen area. And
On the way, I want like a moment though.
All
with
right.
Vessel. I'm just like riding on top of his shoulder. Vessel.
Beans, you say?
When
Beans.
when I was in the sewers, remember when I was in the sewers and I was knocked out? I was dying.
You were close to death.
It was weird. I had weird dreams. I had dreams of like making some things. Is that weird?
For your family that I know, no, it is not.
Okay. Well, I have some ideas. I'm gonna work on them.
Your father was very similar. He often had dreams. Made a great many things.
Yeah, not as many as my grandpa, but yeah.
In the time I've known your family, they have made 4 great things.
Oh, really?
Some were dedicated to Celine, of which I am thankful.
One of them is you.
Don't say it.
And I think you know the greatest one that was made.
Oh, that's so...
Me.
You
Thank
and
you
your
so
father
much.
found me. So I am grateful.
You're probably the greatest thing they ever made. They ever touched. They didn't make you, but they found you. They put you back together.
If I know anything of your family, your dreams may come, and you may invent those great things.
Okay. Thank you. We should get back, though. Those others are probably hungry. Hungry and tired. I know I am.
Food is brought back to the group. The group rests for the night. The group completes a long rest, and 2 good things happen from that. Number 1 is you level up to level 2.
Yeah.
The players have already done this previously. If you want to know what they did, it's available on our Patreon. Here you go, Christopher. Character sheets. The second thing is that Cole regains full use of his bones. They teleported through the night back into his body.
Caven.
Nice.
Caven.
Sorry, Caven.
No, Cole got the
Cole.
bones.
Now he has
Oh,
two
jeez.
femurs.
Do I feel like I can still teleport?
I need you to roll 10% or less, please.
No? Do I have to?
10%
Really?
or less.
You're gonna make me roll? Oh shit. I'm sad now. Oh, 14.
14.
Oh.
You feel like you can continue to teleport.
Cool.
I guess.
I'm really scared about this. Okay.
All right.
So quick point of order, we had collected 24 silver. That is 4 for each of us. And I think we had got silver in our first adventure as well. Is that correct, Fiona?
That is true.
How many
There's 20 more silver to distribute.
total? Okay. So, what? That's like 3 each, and then with the remainder?
7 total and 1.
3 each with 1 person getting 2. I'll take the 2. Everybody else can have 3,
You got
so
the
that's a total of
extra
6.
gold.
Right, that's why I took 1 less.
Okay, got it.
I
thought you-
took
thought you were
1
taking
less silver and got an extra gold. That's fair.
So how much?
How math works.
So how much extra more gold do we each get?
6 more silver. Actually, you all get 7 more silver.
Silver.
So our heroes are level 2. More capabilities, more magic, more health.
Yeah. Feeling strong. Got an action surge ready to go.
That's funny. I just rolled my dice and I rolled a
We
1.
get half our max hit points back.
With our house rule, where is my thing? It is right here. Chipper. Gaining. No, that's getting hit points when leaving. Pick up an object. I can't. Let's just say for now you get all your hit points back.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Yeah,
Good
we're
sleep.
doing the legacy of wounds lingering with the new fatigue rules, so that's fine. And Fiona loses that fatigue penalty.
Okay.
Thank you.
You are awake. You're in the dormitory. You have breakfast provided by Fiona again, returning from a scavenging hunt in the kitchen, and you eat. Hold off the kids who continue to ask you what happened, and but what were the real heroes like? And and what do you guys want to do?
Well, the big thing I was concerned about was getting Caven back up to speed, which looks like that's happened, so that's great. Are we just going to throw out the rest of those potions so that we don't have any problems again?
I'll return them.
Let us retain them for the time, if we may.
They're all yours.
Thank you. I will keep them here for now.
Throw them on the back of a cart, roll around town, and sell them willy-nilly to
Well,
everyone.
I mean, one of us should at some point be able to identify them and perhaps get some knowledge on what they actually
Make sure
do.
you label them, Valamir.
Exactly. Once I know, I will be certain to label them appropriately.
Well, I just label.
Though I never
maybe
forget
keep the failed
anything.
label on is more what I'm saying. So
Especially
you don't
not
get
what city we're in. Well,
Fiona got some inspiration overnight
Yes.
and is in her workshop tinkering away at some stuff
And where is her workshop?
on top of Vessel.
All right, his back area.
would we want to visit Lady Verador?
Yeah, perhaps
That
at
seems-
least check out some history on the books in their donation.
Yeah.
a logical next step in the investigation.
Is there also another library that might have other copies of this book? Is that how this world works, or are they just single copies?
It would have to be a very important book to be copied,
Okay.
but it does happen from time to time.
Well, I feel like Of Foes and Cats is a very critical book.
Some temples have some pretty solid libraries.
Indeed. We could visit Lady Verador if she will see us, though I am somewhat concerned by that if she is in on this and plot or whatever it is to have brought those books in and they perhaps contained the creatures. There were 7 of them, but 6 books that she donated. Near enough to the numbers to be suspicious.
I'm just nodding.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
But
listening.
we maybe perhaps don't want to either also alert her is a possibility. I don't know if seeing her would be beneficial or not. But I don't know what other paths we might take.
Well, we could certainly go back to the library, and you've investigated it once already, but perhaps there might be something else there, or we can certainly check with the professor for another job.
Indeed.
I do agree with you. I think finding ourselves at a function of the Verador family could be a good way for us to introduce ourselves, seek this information. Perhaps the headmaster knows of some sort of gathering they attend, place they go often. We can meet them there.
Perhaps if they do not, maybe you can work your way in with your bardly skills.
I'll do my best and see what comes of it.
You find yourself speaking with Associate Professor Galicieras back in his office. And he says, well, the headmaster has asked for me to take a close look at the work we're having with you, and so perhaps next week I might have something that will pay and we might need your assistance with.
You know we were only level 1, yes. That we cannot do everything.
But now we are twice as powerful.
I wonder, Galaceris, the Veridor family,
Oh, yes.
where would one find them most often, especially the Lady Veridor?
If I recall correctly, it is just her and a husband whose name eludes me, and they are quite reclusive.
And it is the lady who is the inheritor of the Veridor name?
Yes. Yes.
Quite busy. What part of the city do they most often attend?
There's no attending at all, as far as I know. They are very reclusive. She never even stepped foot within this academy, but she said she appreciated what we offered the city and had a delivery of these books.
Do you know anything about her personally?
No.
Reclusive woman and her husband.
Donated some books that...
Vessel will need some time to transact spiritually, so he'll find someplace suitable as a temple for Solene or a temple itself if it's available.
There is a Church of Solene, yes. You go past some big statue out in a huge courtyard that's like a big European courtyard with tons of people milling about. You walk into this ginormous Church of Solene with huge, like 40-foot door that is always permanently left cracked open, and it's got huge 40-50 foot columns and just massive building. And you go into the church, and inside is a huge statue of the goddess Solene, with her particular focuses being on loyalty and duty and protection. And she stands there with a staff in one hand, and she has beneath her at her feet is a scale that is not part of the statue, but is a functional scale. It's a big scale, maybe, I don't know, maybe 4 feet in diameter for each of the platters that the scale has. And as is always the case at every Church of Solene, the left-hand side is filled with lots of stones. It's early on in the morning, so there's only maybe 8 stones there. And next to it is a big pile of stones of many different sizes. And people go there to show their sins and how they're not contributing towards those facets that she's a part of, and then they place their stone of how bad they did not protect that which they should have, or they were not loyal, and then they leave that stone on the left-hand side, and then they sit down and they ask for forgiveness. And you do see, which is rare, one small stone on the other side, which means someone already this morning came in and essentially said, I've done something so huge that I must proclaim it in front of my goddess, and put a small stone. But as is always the case, it's always incredibly imbalanced as people are trying to deal with their sins. That is what you see. You find a small corner, and there's a small little alcove with some other little deities of Solene and heroes and such, and you start to, well, I don't know, meditate? What is that?
Yeah, I think
Plug into a USB port?
It's a little spiritual bloop, bloop. Finding a place there, and given what Vessel is, becomes very statue-like, not moving, but has taken a posture of facing these, and in an appropriate bow or gesture where it's in humility kind of thing.
As always, Fiona is with Vessel, and the whole way to the church, she's back there, like, tinkering. But as soon as they get to the church,
All right.
God, you're on my back.
out of respect for Vessel, she stops, making noises and stuff. And then when he sits down, she'll take a seat right next to him, looking very, very proud of herself.
Oh, okay.
She's the
She
one
gonna
who
put a stone on her head? Put one here, and one here, and one here.
As she has infused some magic into a couple of items.
All right. Do you want to describe those now or later?
Well, I now have a bag of Holden at level 2.
Oh, all right.
Wow.
You have crafted a bag of holding.
And
There's a
I'll
level
save,
1. A level 1's already
I'll
impressive.
save
the rest
save
for later.
the other one.
All right.
Wow.
Nice
Stones
And
disappear.
that's a new power I got at level 2. I can infuse 2 regular items into magical items.
Cool. Very cool.
That is neat.
All right. What is the plan, gang?
So, Professor's got nothing. He says...
Professor sort of snubbed us
reevaluating.
because we needed help, and that's pretty rude. But
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the headmaster obviously looked down on him, has his friends. But I like Aragus's idea of trying to find a social event or party or anything that would get us near Verramore. I still think if there's any libraries that we could find that might have other versions of these books, we should look for those.
If she
Well, there's
is
this little place called Edlinholme that I know about.
it's about 1,000 miles away.
That's a great library, though.
If she is as
Be a lot of 10% rolls for you to get there.
Oh, man.
if she's as reclusive as the professor mentioned, perhaps we could arrange to have this library restored and send a note to her saying that we need a new copy of each of her books as they were stolen. This may entice her to come along if we write the message correctly. It's a long shot at best, but a letter may be the only way to get to them, unless we go search for them ourselves.
But then she shows up and there's no...
No.
And I apologize profusely for the ruse and explain the severity of the mission.
Or, what if we get that library guy to do it? Colger, right? He received the donation. The books are important to him, and he could write a letter saying we need new ones. These have all been scrubbed clean.
The writing, yes, the writing is simply vanished from the pages.
All of it true.
It is, but if she is a part of the plot, then that will tip her off to some
Pretty damn
degree.
good plot.
Yes, I mean, I rather suspect that her donating those books contained some magic that allowed those creatures to come in. When I opened the books, there was a fog, you see, a fog that came out of them. And I believe that was there the whole time, from the beginning.
But, Valamir, these books don't seem all that obscure. Of foes and cats, it's not at all a sinister-seeming title. It seems to me
Exactly.
more likely that one entered the library and cursed the books.
Or they were cursed before they came to the library.
And those books are ones that are of very little interest to academics, and so likely to be unused and stored away someplace. And that was perhaps the intent all along.
Trust me, I see your point, and obviously we should use caution. But if there is no means of contacting this person, I simply suggest the idea.
We must perhaps find out where she lives and
I
reconnoiter the
could
area.
visit a few of the taverns and mention
So
the
go talk to
Veridor
Jims.
name.
Well, what do we know about shadow creatures? Let's back up. Why? Why shadow creatures, and where do we know that they usually come from? I don't think that's something I've encountered a whole lot of before. I got a really mean bite, but why?
Would Fiona know, like, of anything in the past
About what?
about like shadow creatures or these like shadow necrotic type creatures?
Make a religion roll.
Not a history, not a magical history.
You're in a
roll?
church. Make a religion roll.
You're in the church.
15.
15.
That's not terrible.
Just that they are undead.
Okay.
Now, undead is not something that's happens a lot in the world, right? Or do we have an understanding just culturally of undead commonly or uncommonly being about?
They are not common in the world unless you happen to go north, where they are insanely common, wandering the broken realms of the former Byzantine Empire.
Okay.
And the
Let alone seeing 7 or 8 that were just in the.
in-world great battle didn't have an overall effect on the undead, like defeating Scourgeonar and all that stuff.
They are still present
Okay.
in the north, but footholds have been gained. So the dwarves are no longer being pressed in. They've now pressed out and created an outpost outside their northern gate, for example.
Nice.
Just wondering, like, for character information, if any of us who are older than like 20 years old, we would have some
Yeah.
knowledge of the undead being in the world, just not.
Well, I mean, even younger. I mean, their stories.
No,
and
yeah,
everything, yeah.
that's what I'm getting to. Like Fiona with her family, some history might have been passed down.
Yeah.
Just nothing specific, obviously, but
History. Where do we find history of Almithra? If the Verador family were known for founding and defending this place, that's where we would get a lot of information about them.
I will do some research into that if that is all right. And then perhaps we'll find out more about their family and get some leads there. Do you all have any other ideas for possible leads to
I
follow?
mean, we could hit up a tavern, like
the taverns, there could be
like
other
Argus said.
libraries.
We could send Cole to go visit his buddy Chims. Put a thumb down on him again.
I don't like not doing stuff. So if we can find work, I don't know how much we're going to get it for here at Lumine anymore.
It'll be some time before the professor has paid work for us. This could be a good side quest, perhaps.
I have a
Or
quick
the-
question.
Or the main quest.
Yes. What's your question?
Is Tim still limited on his development?
No, he got his bones back.
He has
Are
his
you
bones
asking if
back,
he's
and he is
remedial?
level 2.
No. His abilities. You made comment last time of he would have to visit
No, that's for level
Church.
3.
for level 3.
Yes.
Just want to make sure.
All right.
Take action.
To
What
the
do you want?
tavern to start? A tavern? A library?
Are you going to the
perhaps?
library?
Yes. Valamir is going to the library. I don't know if anybody's coming with me. It
Okay.
sounds like they're
Wait,
going
yeah,
to the
same
tavern.
library of
Well, yeah,
the...
we can do.
I mean,
Oh,
it's
no,
like,
is there not a library in the city?
I don't think so. Is there another library?
Not that you're aware of.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That'll be fine.
Vessel, you want to go to the library?
They like me there.
Vessel waits an appropriate amount of time before responding.
Rebooting.
I will go.
Vessel goes with the wizard and Fiona, and Vessel, you have 5 temporary hit points of a divine support.
Argus, how about you and me
How's
go
there
find a
too?
tavern?
Rotten duck, perhaps.
You get a stone.
That's
Maybe-
fine.
We don't have to always go to Tim's place. There's a couple
we can,
others.
let's work our way. Bar crawl.
Yeah. Let's do a pub.
All right, so you're going to some bars, and what are you looking for?
We are going to
What's
kind
Galen
of do some skits, and I'm going to perform a little bit and just be friendly with the audience members. And in my
Stretching his
songs, I'm going to mention the history of Almithra and the Verador name, and see if any eyes sort of perk up and kind of point them out to Cole, and if and all, and kind of after my performance, I'll go to the bar and see if I can chat anybody up just about my music.
Okay.
Cole's got 2 goals:
can
drinking
change this
contest and postings for jobs.
And what was the second one?
Postings for jobs.
Postings for jobs.
Going to look for anyone that's looking for a group of
Message board, perhaps.
heroes and helpers, and see if I can get some silver out of some folks.
All right. A couple things happen. One, there is a performance roll that is necessary by our bard at the second tavern.
That would be a total of 21.
Ooh, that's really good.
History of Almithra.
Yes, you
And
start
the
doing,
Verador family.
singing these wonderful songs. You get a lot of people excited and clapping, and you have earned 17 copper in tips.
Thank you.
And
Thank
you have
Cool.
also caught the attention of someone who seems to be really enjoying and nodding when you're going over any kind of historical things about the Verador family, nodding like, oh yeah, those folks. And it is a gnomish guy who's just buried in his little beer early in the morning, and that's going on. At the same time, Cole, two things of note. One, you see posted on a wall with some cheap little nails is a posting that says "Adventurers wanted, beast needed to be slain," and it says the shoot. I don't have it handy. It has a name of someone to go contact and another tavern to go find out who that name is, and I'll get it to you later. I don't have it available. And then it has the picture of the beast, which is a blue dragon.
Whoa. All right.
Does it by chance say to scale?
And the other thing that happens is as you're looking at that, the barkeep comes around the bar. He's an old man with a gray beard.
Sure, write down that copper.
Oh, 17.
And says, "Hello there, friend.
Hey.
I don't mean to bother you so, but wait, you don't remember me, do you?"
Sure. No, yeah, it's been good to see you it's been a while. Boron, right?
He smiles
Moron.
and says, "You do look a little different these days."
Wait. How different?
Different enough. I just wanted to say, keep your eye out and seek any goblin you hear of. And most importantly, you are now being watched.
How watched?
He looks up above at the roof. Says, "You're being watched from far, far away."
Thank you. It's good to see you again.
He nods and attends someone else at the bar, and we will stop there for tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. This was an interesting adventure. I can't wait to see what the titles for this episode will end up being when it gets posted, and we will see what happens with our heroes next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye,
See
everyone.
ya.